Hello and welcome to the Beauty Know-It-All. So many people have asked me to do this video and next week's video, and what they are is all about eyes. Eye serums, eye creams, should you be buying them? What should you invest in? And I think it's a really important question because I'll have to tell you, 9 times out of 10, I say no. Eye serums are not worth your investment, and that's because the vast majority of them are simply giving your eyes what your serum's giving you. So in other words, they're giving you a lovely boost of hyaluronic acid, maybe some peptides, maybe some antioxidants, and you can already get that from your serum. For most of my life, I have literally taken my serum from hairline to nipples, and that includes right around my eyes. And I think, although my eyes were a problem area, the serums that I use every day, and I've been really honest about these, all the video links are below, work really well around the eyes. They hydrate the eyes super quickly. And because they're serums, that means that they're easily applied around the eyes. The only reason you need a specific eye product is because really heavyweight oils and creams and moisturizers tend to make your eyes puffy. So 9 times out of 10, your serum will go around your eyes. What are the exceptions? Well, the exceptions are if you have ingredients that are specifically formulated for the eye area. And this is why I want to share some products with you this week and some products with you next week. This week, the treat is from some of my favourite skincare brands, and they are quite expensive and they're quite super high-end, and some of the new technology is, well, quite groundbreaking. But next week I'm going to do high street ones, because if you're on a budget, and a lot of people are, then I'm going to show you what's available and what I think is worth buying in the high street. But let's start super high end. In other words, the sort of skincare you find in clinics. And I want to start with something I think is really interesting and you're going to see a lot of in 2018, and that is RADARA. Now, the reason I've chosen this one, and it is an intensive course of hyaluronic acid for the eye area. So it's beautiful, it's really hydrating, but what's special about it is it comes with microneedling eye patches. This is an eye patch that you put under the eyes with 0.5 millimeter microneedling attachments to it. The little micro needles aren't technically needles in the sense that they're not made of metal like a derma roller. They're actually made of a polymer, but they do go right down into the dermis. That heals fairly quickly, so this is actually designed to be used daily. This is a really intensive 28-day course, but at this time of the year, if you can afford it, you're going to get really great results. And trust me, there are going to be a lot of companies trying to mimic this technology. I've heard of some that use hyaluronic acid, sort of micro needles. I'm not quite sure how they work or how you make hyaluronic acid, the needle itself. That doesn't make sense to me. But a polymer, and you can feel these, trust me, you put them on and you push there, you can feel the little micro channels being formed on the skin. The skin will go slightly red afterwards, but I use it at night and I have noticed a real difference. It's an investment in your skin, but if you have the money and you're concerned about this area, you're going to get visible results, which I'm quite impressed by. 2 things I'm going to say. Please don't be tempted to use the eye patches more than once. It's just not hygienic. The second thing is be careful what you put on after you've created your microchannels. You do not want at this point to be putting on resurfacing acids or retinol. They are not designed, not formulated to go that deep into the skin. At this point, you're going right the way through the stratum corneum and the epidermis into the dermis, which is great. If you plump that area with hyaluronic acid, you're going to notice a big difference. At the same time, the creation of the microchannels sets up a wound healing response. So just the sheer act of creating those microchannels means that you're making your skin boost its production of collagen and elastin. Now, if microneedling patches aren't for you, but trust me, they're going to be huge this year, what should you be looking for in an eye serum? What I suggest you do is look for eye serums that contain ingredients that are unique to eye products. The one thing they can do is they can depuff. I have done years of daytime TV. I have relied on depuffing eye gels and eye serums for years. And that's because basically your face, you want to hydrate. This area, if you wake up and you've got puffy eyes, which I do a lot, you actually want to take the superficial fluid out of the skin. So you're doing the opposite. The key ingredient to look for is caffeine. And I want to introduce you to, it's a brand I've talked about lots. I really love EXUVIANTE. It's basically an in-clinic range that you can get a lot of amazing body treatment. I've talked about their acid body treatments before and I really love them. Well, they have just introduced the EXUVIANTE Depuffing Eye Serum, and this is exactly the sort of product I'm talking about. It's loaded with caffeine. Caffeine is one of those ingredients that you can put into tightening body lotions. And what it does is essentially takes the fluid out of the superficial layers of the skin. That's not what you want to do here or here, but if you suffer from puffy eyes in the morning, it is what you want to do here. You see what I mean? It's doing something that the rest of your facial serum isn't doing. And I love this product. And here's the reason why. A really clever applicator. So it's got tiny little micro balls. They're like tiny little baubles at the top that roll around in their container. And it's just really, really beautiful. You click it like this to dispense it. You hear it coming through and then you roll it over the surface of your skin. Now, two things. One, it is a super lightweight serum. It says it's a gel. I would call that more of a film forming super lightweight serum. It instantly cools the skin. You can feel that the water-rich serum is evaporating from your skin, taking the heat out of your face. That's really lovely in the morning if you wake up, you've got super puffy eyes because maybe your central heating has kicked in or you just haven't had enough access to fresh air during the day. The little micro balls actually work as a little massage. And what you do is you apply it in motions going that way and then back that way and that way. And that's because the lymphatic system in your eyes drains both ways. It drains into the sinus cavity here and outwards into the edge of the face. And I would use this around my eye first thing in the morning for a minute either side. You don't keep clicking out the product. Once you've got the product on, you do a mini massage. By the way, that lymphatic drainage goes to here, down to the eyes and then down into the neck, and in the center here it goes here and into the sinus cavity to get rid of that fluid. It's a really lovely product. Let me hold it the right way up for you so you can have a look. Yes, it's loaded with peptides, which you would expect from a face serum, and it's got glucosamine in, so it helps boost collagen and elastin in the long term. But in the short term, it is instantly cooling. It's instantly line softening because it's actually got some really clever cosmetic properties to it. That's another thing I look for in an eye product. I like something, it's only a temporary effect, you would wash it off at the end of the day, but it instantly fills those superficial lines. Meanwhile, the caffeine gets in and boosts the lymphatic drainage. It does things that face serums don't. Otherwise, why would you use an eye product? Be really questioning about the skincare products you buy. You want them to go above and beyond what a normal daily moisturiser will do. Really lovely product. Now I want to talk about another range I absolutely love. I think you've probably heard me talk about the NEOSTRATA NAG retinol. It's without a doubt my most favourite non-prescriptive retinol. It's super powerful. I started using it probably just before Christmas and I only use it 2 or 3 times a week. It's really that powerful. And I get exactly the same reaction in my skin that when I use a prescription product. This company don't mess around when they come to actives, they put them in at really high levels. Anyway, this is the NEOSTRATA Intensive Eye Therapy. It's a little bit like the EXUVIANTE in the sense that it's loaded with peptides, it's loaded with glucosamine, and it's also got caffeine in it as well. And as far as I'm concerned, it's got a very soft focus, instant hydrating effect on the skin as well. If I put it on one side of my hand and then show you, I'm a terror at using hand creams, I really am. And if I show you one side of my hand compared to the other, can you see that that is instantly hydrated and soft focus as opposed to the wrinkles on this side? It's a little mini tube of magic, this one. I really like it. So there you go. That's my take on 3 really interesting in-clinic available eye products. I think if you're going to invest in an eye product, it has to do something above and beyond your face serum. I think microneedling eye patches are going to be huge this year, and I do think without a doubt RADARA were the first to market and the most interesting. I think that really clever idea of microneedling your skin through a patch is a sort of soft entry into microneedling if you're too worried about using a metallic thing over your face, and lots of people are. Try this, it's a really good one to try. And then I think the EXUVIANTE and the NEOSTRATA prove that if you're going to use an eye product, it either has to be delivered in an interesting way like RADARA, or it has to have something that goes above and beyond a face serum. And these both have lots of peptides, glucosamine, lots of hyaluronic acid, which you would expect in a face cream, but they also have lots of caffeine in them. And the caffeine is the thing that will depuff your eyes, will get that fluid retention moving. And they also have instant line filling ingredients. So you get that instant effect, that cosmetic boost straight away, which is lovely. They're certainly what I use if ever I have to get up first thing in the morning and I have to get out and look human. Thank you for watching. Next week, I promised you, part 2, I'm going to do high street products. I wouldn't say they were dupes or equivalents, because the high street products tend to focus just on a single ingredient or just on a cosmetic effect. But I want you to know that there are products out there that are available for the fraction of the price. All the details are below of all the products that I've mentioned today, and I'm going to also list the other videos that I talked about, like the retinol one, because I do love that NEOSTRATA retinol. And if you're feeling like you want to jump on the peeling party bandwagon and try a retinol at this time of year, then I think it's a really great product to try without stepping up to a prescription product. And next week, high street eye products. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I'll put all the product details below, and ask me any questions. Don't forget, I try to answer every question personally. So if you found an eye product that you think that really works and is well worth investing in, then let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.